Guys, let's talk about animals, guys. Come on, like, I love animals, don't you? I mean, look at that one. Oh, it's a giraffe. Oh, look at that one, a horse. How majestic. And there's that one. It's the fuck. This world is beautiful, guys. You know, some of these little bastards are self-aware, right? Like, it's not just us. Isn't that crazy? But what about the ones who aren't? Let's talk about them for a second. A dog looks into a mirror and sees some bullshit dog that ain't real and goes about its doggy business like nothing ever happened. And therein lies the difference, my friend. Down at the soul, a dog has no need whatsoever to mold itself according to its perception, for a notion of self isn't there. We humans, on the other hand, have this desire to conform to our perception. As a rite of passage from childhood to adolescence, we become conscious of the fucking dipshit we see in the mirror every day. It helps us stay grounded, for better and for worse. But I can't help but think that there's an aspect of ourselves that remains pure, eternal, and exists in fucking Neverland with Peter Pan and shit. I believe that our so-called suspension of disbelief is a reflection of this aspect, and is, in turn, a desire to believe, to have faith even. And your faith has guided you to me, myself. Anyways, hey guys, it's me, Hugo. Sorry about the audio quality in my last video. Of course, the one time the algorithm decides to share my video, instead of a microphone, I have a fucking can of beans hooked up to a USB cable attached to my computer. Sorry! Oopsie doopsie, now where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, suspension of disbelief. You ever notice how easy it is to give into such a fun temptation? With video games especially. Especially when they are thematically sound and rich in detail. Or when they are so fucking hard that you can't even pretend to be a smartass about it. You're just rolling with the punches at that point. I talked about thematic structure in my last video. It is something that provides the player with a setting, the underlying sounds and music, and the context needed to embark on a journey. In other words, the looks, the sounds, and the why. And that's all fine and dandy, and literally the one aspect of video game structure that I'm truly passionate about above all else. But something's missing here. How should one go about experiencing such a thing? A vessel is required. Yes, an avatar. Preferably one who knows when to keep their mouth shut. To explore a thematically rich universe, you need a thematically appropriate vessel through which you can vicariously experience their world. Sure, some video games let you create your own, but that's boring as hell and not very effective. Okay, so what makes Mario so good? Let's talk about that. Dude's approachable, he's easy to like, and his design is fun, so kids and adults alike immediately gravitate toward him. All of these people controlling the same character. Wait a minute. Who's the real Mario? Which one of you fuckheads is him?
Koopas!
Is it Mikey, the speedrunner? Or Jimmy, that 2-year-old who can't get past the first Goomba? Who the fuck is Mario? Am I? Yes. What? Beyond the initial context required to understand a character, i.e. the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom who likes speech and has a younger brother named Luigi, Mario's struggles, or lack thereof, are entirely subjective. He can be as skilled or as incompetent as you make him. But what about Canon Mario? Aye, there's the rub. There is no Canon Mario. You are Mario. Well, sure, if we are to assume that Mario successfully completed his adventures, then we should be able to reach a consensus that he's pretty damn good at his job. That is true. But that came later, you see. In his first few adventures, Mario was just this extraordinary plumber guy, and notions regarding his abilities were much more subjective. I experienced that when I was younger. Back then, Mario seemed niche between me and my classmates. And just like that, a bond was forged. I said to myself, I am become Mario. I must have been 4 or something. Anyway, the shit may seem a bit silly. I mean, you're pressing buttons on a little gizmo and it causes some polygons to move around and suddenly you're a fucking superhero. But that's the magic of it, you see. And I mean, isn't your body just your brain sending signals down your spine to try and get you to touch your genitals? Well, not today, brain. So long as that subjectivity remains intact, the player-controlled character and the player become one. And the experience becomes so goddamn immersive that even movies and books pale in comparison. I'm dead fucking serious. That little part of your soul in Neverland is aching to experience this joy of expression, this hidden truth of formlessness that only dumb animals like cats and dogs seem to understand so well. Let's talk about animals again. Sonic and Shadow. Hell yeah, I fucking love these two. Nothing's more fun than blazing through terrain while smashing evil robots in the most stylish ways possible. Playing as Sonic never gets old, and it never fails to bring me joy. I've become so familiar with this guy that my mind syncs up to his carefree and stylistic attitude about as soon as I go through the first loop-de-loop. I decided to give Sonic X Shadow a try, even though I think bringing back old thematic elements and presenting them out of context is a really stupid idea for a video game, which is why I only rented it for the Shadow campaign. For what it is, it's pretty cool. There's this one part in the beginning of the game where you see Shadow's model up close, and I found myself thinking, man, this motherfucker looks exactly like Sonic. They're practically interchangeable. But then another part of me said, they're not. So I kept playing to find out why, and over time I began to realize that I wasn't having the same kind of fun as I do with Sonic. I was altogether more focused, serious even. Blasting baddies didn't fill me with joy, it brought me catharsis. And then it finally hit me. I was assimilating Shadow's emotions while playing, caught in a trance of needing to live a flawless existence, as a consequence for past failures. The fact that I managed to sympathize with a cartoon hedgehog with rocket shoes to such a degree is fucking insane! But once again, that's the magic of it. While playing, I forgot where Shadow ends and I begin. Wanna hear my Shadow impression?
No!
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power. Get your hands off my coffee beans, you damn faker! I'm the coolest. Now like and subscribe. Or die. Anyway, the Maria. Fuck! Let's look at another character now. Samus Aran.
But before we get to that, it's time for a little story. So, when I was a kid and I found out that Samus was a chick, I decided to stop playing Metroid. Because I thought that role-playing as a chick would make me seem gay. And also because the games were fucking scary. It's a true story.
Nowadays, I love playing as Samus. She's definitely one of my favorite characters. I kinda see her as a mix between Batman and Ripley, which is a really cool combo. She doesn't talk much, but there's a lot that can be inferred about her personality and her values. She's tough as nails, but also kind and compassionate, which is really cool because despite being this badass warrior, her humanity sometimes shines through and even contradicts her mission. Other times it's the other way around and her humanity is repressed. There's a duality to Samus's character, and there's this one game in the series that attempted to explore it in a pretty erroneous fashion. Yeah, shit, I'm talking about Other M. I believe it was Sakamoto's vision for this game for the player to experience this more human aspect of Samus's personality in the best way possible. But he failed, shit! To put it simply, while the player controls Samus, she is this cold warrior type figure. But during cutscenes, she's more vocal, very fucking vocal, about the way she feels.
Women.
A similar idea was executed in Metroid Fusion, and with great success if you ask me. However, due to the nature of how Other M was written, without fucking subtlety, it created this jarring divide between these two aspects of Samus's personality that future games were forced to reconcile. And they fucking did, thank God. But the threat of going too hard in the warrior direction is certainly there, especially considering Samus's humanity can only be truly expressed during cutscenes. Except in Metroid 2, where they pulled it off without them and it made for an incredible ending sequence. This game fucking rocks! Y'all are sleeping on it. And now let's talk about the final character in today's video. A video game character so incredible that it trumps the rest. Are you fuckers ready for this shit? No, it ain't Raymond. It ain't Rygar even. The character is. Tune in for part 2. Echo the Dolphin! Annunziata's fucking classic. Thematically speaking, every aspect of this game feels truly authentic and true to an artistic vision that wonderfully utilizes its settings to tell a poignant and heroic tale of a bottlenose dolphin who will stop at nothing to save his pod. The ocean is a lonely place, and the feeling of sadness that accompanies Echo's journey is unforgettable and mesmerizing. And let's not forget, you are controlling Echo. You experience this journey through his eyes, so to speak. And here's the thing about Echo. He's not like Sonic, Donkey Kong, or Crash Bandicoot. He's quite literally an extraordinary dolphin that remains true to his species from beginning to end. A game character who is an animal and isn't anthropomorphic. Which means that this incredible journey, filled to the brim with unforgettable moments, is shared between the player and a creature that, despite not being human, feels the same things and sheds the same tears. Wait, do dolphins cry? Do you guys realize how much of an incredible achievement this is? A way to experience the world through the eyes of an animal, truly something that only video games can provide. A reconciliation between man and beast, an introduction to the universal law of love where all creatures are part of the same oneness. Bro, Echo's so fucking cool. He's like my top pick for the next Smash Brothers. I'm not even kidding. Sakurai, I know you watch my videos, so... But Hugo, what about the furry Smash Bros? Get out of here with that shit. I ain't a furry. Shut up, brain. I'm done. Screw you guys.